Here we are with the Excavation of Hob's Barrow, another banger from Wajedi Games. And my friends, we're gonna pop in right now. All right, point to walk, point to walk. And walking we are. Can I hold the walk? Yes, sir. Not anymore though, although now we can again. There we go. You added Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 to your wish list for PS5 as well as PC? Oh, that's the way to do it. If there is multiple endings, we will definitely get the best ending. For sure. For sure. Oh, look at this guy.
Ah, Miss Bateman.
Oh, it's a voice, thank God. I can save my voice and not sing every single line.
Quite some time. Terrible weather this evening. Is it not?
Yeah.
Has had
it's raining real bad outside right now, too.
Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it?
Wait till the 90s and acid rain.
You mustn't be interested in me nattering on.
That's quite the word, nattering.
Regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head will catch your death out here.
Can I control my character at all? Okay. So, that was basically a cutscene, I guess. The Excavation of Hob's Barrow. Oh, we got some roots building here. So, this is in England?
Dearest Mother,
if I know correctly?
I hope this letter will reach you.
Sound particularly British anyways.
I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience.
Oh, look at them sheep. No eyeballing me, son?
I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
That's quite the name. Whoa! Super close up.
The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors.
Bewley. Any interest in Silent Hill 2 remake? Yes, sir.
No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away.
Unlike everyone else bitching, I like Bloober Team. Observer is one of my favorite games ever played on stream.
In his letter.
Oh, we got a tutorial here. Very Lovecraftian letter she's writing. Yeah, kinda. Left to walk, or left click to walk and interact. Right click to examine. Fair enough. Inventory. Move your mouse cursor. Left click in inventory. I'm just selected. Right click to examine it. Double click and exit to teleport to it. Good. I'll save time. Game will occasionally autosave. You can also save anytime. Escape map. F5. F9 is not quick load. That's all right. And hold space to showcase interactables.
If I take the sign, how would the trains know where to stop?
Yeah, I don't know. The station.
My mother
it would figure it out. I think.
To walk on railway tracks.
That's fair enough. Lord Artfrogs knows where I used to live. 2 kids got killed in the tracks there.
Hello there. Hello? Hello? Hello there? I ought to read Mr. Shoulder's letter again. I can't recall the name of our meeting.
Oh, is it I for inventory? No. There we go. Alright, read about your expertise in the Barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found in the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and certainly tall enough to stand up. This place is steeped in local legend. Rumor of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Beaulieu and excavate the Barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Send your response to the Plow and Furrow Inn, Beaulieu. I will await your letter. Respectfully, Leonard Shoulder. Marvelous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening. Oh, there's someone there. The inn has fine rooms. Adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I'll tell you more of the circumstances. Wish you a safe journey.
I must make my way to the Plow and Furrow Inn. Excuse me?
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plow and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Beaulieu. Go straight ahead.
Come to Beaulieu.
The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much.
Game Awards. Hope we get fighting game announcements. I'm not a betting person, and I would bet on it. Let's put it that way. And great job on your YouTube videos recently. Well, thank you very much, friend. I appreciate it.
What can you
Beaulieu.
tell me about Beaulieu?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young
Yeah, what is this?
lady.
20 questions here? Let's go.
Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
All right.
What brings you to Beaulieu?
Beaulieu.
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Beaulieu, miss?
I'm telling the truth. I
I'm
have
here to
nothing
visit
to
a
hide.
local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Beaulieu, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll
Back
take
to
my
the city
chances.
from Beaulieu.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
That was odd.
All right then. Smell you later. We had a bike accident last night. That's not good. I'd recommend against that. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 12 is a very fair bet for the Game Awards. Let's put it that way. There's an evil bird. An ill omen, if there ever was one. No, dude, the MK Project was not the phone game. It's a phone game. NetherRealm Studios is a massive studio. They can do a lot more than just a phone game.
The old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to explore tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. Ooh, some parallax scrolling.
The Plough and Furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room.
Look at this guy. Drink more, drinky?
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
Get out of the way, sir. You're
Get
drunk.
out of the way, sir. You're drunk.
Hold on now, we've only just met. Why don't we get to know each other?
I'd rather not.
Oh, a feisty one. You'll fit in around here, lass. Give us a kiss now, won't you?
Oh, God. Humor him. It usually works with men. Slap him. Oh, my God. It slapped the fuck out of him.
How
Put down.
dare you?
Dow.
Wench.
What a buffoon.
Achievement unlocked. The slap.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room.
Strive content, you'll get some before the year's up. That's all I can tell you. I'll talk about getting a room
Good
first.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
A
I am
room?
in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
I have no idea what
Fair
shilling is
price.
worth.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
This is payment for the room.
Yeah. Put money on innkeeper.
you.
There we go.
Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
So he's a bum.
Here's your key.
That's what I'm hearing.
Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up
Alright.
before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
Reminds me of Monkey Island. Yeah, it's sort of like it's in that style.
Good day, sir.
90s point and click adventure. He's not having any of it.
Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
There we go.
Charming.
Painting, stag's head.
The poor thing. I don't want to take the painting with me.
Not
I
yet.
do not need to use the lavatory.
Alright, so this must be the go upstairs button. Oh.
This shall do nicely. Time to change into something more comfortable.
There we go. Proper explorer gear.
Much better.
Ah, itchy. Alright. So we got a jug of water in a bowl.
This may come in handy.
We're just gonna steal it.
I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
Well, you wish to carry the jug with you, though.
I've stored my case in there. A box with...
Oh, a matchbox. And need that in an adventure game.
Complementary matches. Useful.
Yipper, yoink.
As
Candle.
the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here. I don't want to take the painting. I don't wish to take. I've hung my dress aside.
You wish to take quite a few things. Now we're starting to get to it.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you
There
see
you
in
go.
the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
Bewley.
Can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St. Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
Leonard Shoulder.
I am looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you.
There we go. Ow. Let's straighten up. What can you tell me about Mr.
What can you
Shoulder?
tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard, then?
Nothing to hide.
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
I'm a grave robber.
Lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye. You're a grave robber.
There we go.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty
Is it,
grave
though?
robbery.
What sort of relics do you find then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well,
Bones.
rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hob's Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening.
Yeah,
to
we're
find
here
out
to
more.
excavate it.
I've lived here nigh on
Drop
my
title
whole life,
card.
and I've heard nought about a Hob's Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
Are you sure you've never heard of Hob's Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why
Yeah,
are
the
you
locals
interested
don't know
in
this
digging
thing at
around
all.
in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
I enjoy nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, eh?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital.
Alright, and
Tell
talk
me
about Mr. Kemp
yourself,
himself.
Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 6
The locals want to keep it buried? Maybe.
I worked as a drover all
Because
over the country
dude
in
made
my
it sound
young
like this
days.
is a
Saved
well-known
up my coin and
deal.
bought this place.
And ain't none of the locals talking about it,
Fine
right?
inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
Thanks for your
Bewley.
time.
As you were.
Alright, so a bunch of people here are just shitty people, so we'll go see what's outside. What?
I should wait here for...
Oh. So I guess we
Good
gotta talk
day,
to people.
sir.
Old drunkie, just being drunk. This guy doesn't want anything to do with us.
Hello, sir.
What?
I'm waiting here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't. Do you, love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Oh, some of that local flavor for you.
Hello, sir.
Aye,
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
you're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Bewley's going to dogs.
What can
Bewley.
you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks
City
like me.
folk.
Aye,
Do you know
Leonard
Mr.
Shoulder.
that'd be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
Yeah, the Barrow's fake news. Small town locals know all the gossip. It has a Shadow over Innsmouth vibe, a little bit, yeah.
I take it you're
It's definitely
not
meant to be
enamored
a
with the railway
spooky
station.
small town
Bewley's
experience.
gonna be swarming with outsiders. Like, we don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lads.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you, I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
Ominous a little
Your
bit.
business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ah, you're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril. Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
There we go.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait.
Alright, time skip. The old-timey investigation vibe made me think of Laura Bow, Dagger of Amon-Ra.
Where on earth?
That sounds
is he?
vaguely familiar, but I'm not.
What a waste of
Not
time
fully
this is turning
clicking.
out to be.
Evening there, miss.
Not you again.
Oh God, is he
I
Leonard?
just wanted to apologise for earlier. I deserved that slap. I'm sorry for my behaviour. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur
Okay.
Tennant.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to
Bewley.
meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right.
Oh,
If I
one person
may be
does.
so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
One ale coming up might have useful info. Man's a liability. Yeah, we'll do it. We're a city person. We're rich. Sierra Point clicker. Time the old King Quest games. Okay. Fuck what the game's called. Gabriel something. Those are the ones I remember. The Gabriel games. Remember having to wax cat whiskers and shit like that. We'll buy in some
One
ale.
ale, coming right up.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman. Then I'll
Gabriel
tell you
Knight,
all
was that it?
about old Leonard Shoulder.
The menu.
I'm not hungry at the moment.
How can I help?
Order
A
a drink.
tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
2 pence.
Thank you.
I don't know
This
what a
is the
pence
last of
is.
my money.
Oh, whoops! Actually, I skipped whatever she just said. Well, it better be worth it.
Please, Miss Bateman. An ale, then I'll tell you all.
Oh, I gotta.
Here you are, Arthur.
There we go.
Thanking you.
Glug, 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 glug.
Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Len. Leonard Shoulder.
No, he's fucked. Blech.
Arthur? Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor.
Jug of water. Yeah, wake up, son. We ain't done here.
What the hell was that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder.
That's right.
Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
This man is unbelievable.
Fade to black.
It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
Perhaps we shall.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
Lovely.
Alright, let's find out what's going on here.
Mr. Tillett?
Well, this sounds ominous.
The water looks highly questionable. The mirror is coated. Some excavations are best.
Dirty towel.
Looks like the towel has not been washed in months.
Nice.
I would rather not get any.
So,
Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there?
nope.
Mr.
He done
Tillett, are you in
ran.
there?
The cat! Is it the spooky cat?
Well, you're not Mr. Tillett.
Remains to be seen.
Not touch it. The thing stinks to high heaven.
Remains to be seen.
I can't reach the window.
Yeah, dude totally
Door
ran.
opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side.
Either that or he's a werecat.
I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further.
Yeah, I guess we should. Lord Pony, hello friend. Loved the Nakali video? Well, thank you very much. It's been a video I've been thinking about for a while. Yeah, I think it's some kind of freak cat.
The thing stinks to high heaven.
Oh, I'm gonna have to use the garbage here to form a ladder, maybe?
The mirror is coated some excavate. The water looks highly questionable. The water looks...
Oh, it's not. It's a sink. Okay. I thought it was perhaps...
I can't reach the window. The door is blocked.
Yeah. Perhaps what we need is elsewhere.
Mr. Tillett has vanished. I should... Mr.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna go outside in town. Alright, let's do it.
Excuse me, sir.
Hey.
Sir?
Think you can walk away from me?
I don't wish to...
Think that's allowed?
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
Achievement unlocked. Into the night.
I don't wish...
Let's go in the alley then. A glove?
A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing.
Better take it. Just to be safe. Hitching post, window, barrels.
I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise the locals would be rolling them into their cellars. I could tether a horse here if I had one. The window is... Someone... Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that?
Alright, now I got the sick plank of wood. Yeah, guy totally bummed out on us.
Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him. Something strange is going on here.
Especially with this fucking freak cat over here. Oh, and everyone else is evacuated here.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow. A lovely place.
No, saying, can I do anything else?
The inn is closing soon. I should get some sleep.
Alright.
Kenneth will be arriving.
We're gonna get some rest.
Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr.
Lord,
Shoulder
insert coin.
tomorrow.
I'm doing quite well, friend. I'm doing quite well.
Miss Bateman,
We're playing some
Yes?
spooky games.
off to bed.
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Yeah, definitely a big
Sleep well,
vibe.
Miss Bateman.
We don't want the outsiders. If there's lag in a fighting game, who does it favor? The one who gets to complain more on Twitter. That's who it favors. The one who gets to use it as a crutch and an excuse more. That is who the lag favors. Wait. Who opened my door? It's that fucking freak cat. Look, what the? Look at that thing. out of my face, you freak cat. First day, Adventus. Achievement unlocked, Adventus.
Such horrid dreams.
Oh, better have my stretch.
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night.
Was the freak cat a dream?
As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious.
I don't know if any person can.
I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Alright, so same old stuff here. I want that bowl yet?
To carry the
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
I guess we're just gonna hit the town.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Well, minus that freak cat ears, yeah? Tell him truth.
Not really. I have the rather queer recollection of a cat entering my room last night.
A cat, you say?
Yes, an odd-looking grey one. I must have been dreaming, as I locked the door and windows before I went to sleep. I saw a similar cat in the lavatories while searching for Mr. Tillett.
Ah, Herbert. Oh, he's a harmless thing. He comes in now and then searching for scraps.
Indeed. Seeing him in the lavatories must have conjured up the strange dream.
The mind is capable of manifesting frightful things,
Oh,
Miss
that
Bateman.
sounds ominous.
I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp.
Huh?
I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving today?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Do I play old classic horror games like Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 8, or not? Well, I don't think Resident Evil 8 counts as a classic horror. Old and classic. It's kind of new. Silent Hill 2, I still have my original PS2 copy of Silent Hill 2 on my bookshelf over there. I am a fan of the game. The issue with the game is, in a modern sense, Silent Hill 2 is just... It's a great world and story, but Silent Hill 2 is not a good game. By modern sense, it's very clunky and bad, even though it's very memorable, sure. Is it safe to do such a thing? My equipment's valuable.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
I can assure you the local folk are not thieves, Miss Bateman.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be
All right.
back with my assistant when he arrives.
And now we go out to the
Miss
greater
Bateman.
world.
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
All right, looks like I'm back in the saddle. What luck!
I really
Oh.
Three-eyed
What
cowboys
on earth are you
going for
talking about?
one
As
last
you know,
ride.
I like to run an
Sub-Canadian
honest
8?
establishment.
What game is
well,
this?
I have not been honest with you.
Lord
lass.
Rokushin, hey, thank you very
I
much for the
do
sub, friend.
know of Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, he does know Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
Everyone's
I
been
do.
denying it.
Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything...
And what is this? This is the
some stories
excavation
are
of
best
Hobbs
left
Barrow.
unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
There you go. So yeah, this is we're in, I'm assuming, roughly turn of the century England, and we're in the middle of nowhere in the country where they don't trust city folk. Once again, thank you for the sub, friend. Feels like a long time ago. Well, RE7's only a couple years old, so. Well, I'm excited for the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I just don't care about Resident Evil at all, so. If you're excited for the RE4 remake, more power to you. But that's not my bag. Pixel reminded me of Death Battle pixelated episodes. Well, this is how games were back in the 90s, in the early 90s. And it is meant to evoke the taste of the early 90s games.
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you more. If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
I must say, Mr. Kemp, this is all quite puzzling. I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder.
Mr. Shoulder
He can tell you
in
more.
Bewley. Where is Hobbs Barrow?
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
Mr.
Why
Shoulder.
must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Shady. 34? That's older, but as someone who recently turned 39, 34 is baby age.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself.
Yeah, the town's this small. You should know where he
Comes in here
lives.
to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Okay, fair enough.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass.
Alright, now finally, out into the world. And to adventure.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it.
Maybe not this
Few
one.
hours until Kenneth
Maybe not this
arrives.
one.
I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
I got a question. Why did I give up on King of Fighters 15? I didn't give up at all. Who says I gave up? The only thing holding me back is matchmaking is basically impossible. It's a waste of my time. I love King of Fighters 15. Until Street Fighter 6 comes out, King of Fighters 15 is the best modern fighting game on the market right now. But there is issues. And I'm not about the struggle to get a single game in online, you know? Like, so until the matchmaking is fixed, it's not my priority. Bewley.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see.
All
What
right.
can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
All right.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard, dig the graves.
Do you know a man named
All right.
Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
What
church?
can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
All right. Very talkative. People didn't ignore Team Samurai. It's just it's hard to keep up the King of Fighters hype when you can't play the game online. It's like a 16-bit version of Shenmue. These kind of games definitely predate Shenmue. I'll put it that way. All right, so nothing new here. Check the outskirts of town.
Nobody home.
Nope, nothing.
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them. The sign is well out of reach. The sign is well out...
The door over here. There's a child.
Hello?
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas.
Sword.
Great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Closier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
The lambton
What is
worm,
the
eh?
lambton worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lambton thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas.
What the fuck do you know,
Father
lady?
just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
I'll keep training. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
I kind of do. I did a whole big guide on Darley, so I did my part for Team Samurai. That's for sure. Cryptids, yes sir. All right, now what do you know about Mr.
Who's Mr.
Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Fair enough. What about
Do you
Bewley?
like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewley from the lantern worm.
What about
Do you
Mr.
know a
Leonard
man
Shoulder?
called Leonard Shoulder.
That's a funny name.
All right, fair enough. Thoughts on Final Fantasy 16? I saw the new trailer today. Looks good to me, so whenever it comes out, I'll play it.
Have you heard of Hob's Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
All right, then. Check this plaque. Whoa!
Can't remove the plaque.
That was fast.
I don't think anyone is home.
I think a lot of people aren't home. This whole place is boarded up over here.
The door has been boarded up.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't there. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 so far looks good to me. It looks very Devil May Cry-ish, which I'm a fan of.
I don't think anyone is home.
Because if you're not going to do
The cross
turn-based
denotes this as
battles
the site of a
and
market, or perhaps
go
a
all the
site
way
of
with the
traditional
action.
religious significance.
All right, let's talk to this young woman who obviously just doesn't want to be here.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My
She already
name's
heard me,
Thomasina.
but sure.
What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
What about Leonard
A
Shoulder?
man named Leonard Shoulder.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, she
What do you
knows.
know of Hob's Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye,
All
miss.
right. Hopefully one day the kid swords you to death. I got my space heater beside me. Just turned that on. It's getting a little chilly billy here.
This must belong to someone.
Oh, this is the blacksmith of Fable.
The blacksmith is right here. Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
What about Bewley
My
and
name is Thomasina.
all that?
Aye, can I help you?
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. It's where my father's forged before mine.
How
What
is
about your business?
faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
All right, but what about Leonard
Do you know a man by
Shoulder?
the name of Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, aye, old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors.
Okay, so he just lives out in the wilderness.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
What
Can
about
you tell me
Bewley?
about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
Heard
What
about
have
it.
you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
And what about Hobbs
Do you know of a
Barrow?
local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
When do
That's a
market days
lie.
run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks
there
for
we
your
go.
time.
Aye.
All right, it's about time we hit this church. Oh, I need that trowel.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it.
There
be
we
sure to
go.
put it back when you're finished.
I played
Of course,
video
thank
games
you.
before.
It is
You see a
more
trowel and you know
blessed to
something's
give
up.
than to receive.
The crossplay patch will fix basically all the matchmaking issues because, you know, you can't. What's the words I'm looking for here? If you're gonna have all the consoles play with each other, you need matchmaking to work, right? So.
This appears to be a recently dug unmarked grave. William Paxton, modest and gentle of heart. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven.
All right.
Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Today she dances with angels. Joseph Davis. Forever in light, Anne
And camp.
John dearly beloved husband.
All right, let's see what's up with this old lady.
Hello.
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
What
Kind of
kind
cakes
of
you
cakes
have?
do you have?
I have some lovely bakewell. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, they are quite...
Alas,
I think we're out of money,
That's
yeah.
unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry. The money goes to the church, you see. And
I understand.
Yeah.
My name is Thomas.
We're out of money.
What's yours?
Mrs. Duplancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Likewise, pet.
Well,
Tell me
mister.
about yourself, Mrs. Duplancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know
Sit up
about
more
me?
straight.
I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its
So we have a big sale for the
This
church.
place means...
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
What about Leonard's shoulder, though?
Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't
Nobody
know,
knows nothing.
Father Roach has access to the parish register.
Okay, there we go. So we're getting somewhere.
St. Edmund's Church.
Isn't it the finest
Whoa,
building?
chair's moving too
It's
much.
been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open.
Thank you, Mrs.
What about Father Roach? Where can I find him?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in her.
All right.
Thank you.
So he's outside of town. What
can
about
you
him,
tell me
though?
about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the law. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund.
All right. Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial.
The only place of burial I know of.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be...
Oh, there's a cross. We need the cross.
Look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans.
Need that cross.
A silver cross.
Yeah, I'll just take
Maybe
that.
I can reunite it with its owner. I've no time for... I can admire...
All right, all right. We stole the thing we needed to steal.
It's locked.
Okay, so now we got a little bit of a maze going on. Haha, we found the father. Whoa! Doing the Sasquatch shuffle here. Old Pukey puking again. When will you learn, old Pukey?
Very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help,
Young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
Alright, time to get troweled on,
The
son.
trowel's blade is dull and rusted. I don't think it's...
Spectacles, vomit.
Ouch! The broken lens is
Alright, well then take it.
Ouch! The broken...
Yeah. Put the glove on the
Perhaps I shouldn't
spectacles.
risk soiling this glove. And...
Handkerchief.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. This should work.
Alright, now cut him open with the shitty glasses. He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
It will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Sure you don't want any leeches instead? Lord Geb, yes, this is quite the thing. Finally, that poison blood out of my body.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm
Naturally.
Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Bloodletting is the future of medicine. Am I expecting any Mortal Kombat 12 news this year? Yes, sir. In fact, I'm expecting it December the 8th, 2022. That's when you should be expecting it as well.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's natural.
I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewley?
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmunds. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Fair enough. Okay. What about your congregation?
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
All right. What about
Do
Hobbs
you know of
Barrow?
Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
You're a lying liar. And how about you tell me about Leonard's shoulder?
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father.
Do you know where he lives?
Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you.
All right, there you go. He's paying dividends here.
Thank you.
Just let
Are
me
you looking
know
forward to
when you're ready
MK12 or
pay
Street
a
Fighter
visit.
6?
I'll be
It's one of those
restricted
things where, like,
for the time
MK12,
being.
who even knows what it is, right? Street Fighter 6 is in the immediate future. Versus MK12, who knows the roster? Who knows how it even plays? Like, so for things I could not even know about, I'm not too stressed about it right now. Street Fighter 6 is the immediate future, so I'm worrying about that. All right, let's go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. DePlancy. Mrs. DePlancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. DePlancy's...
I'm not made of money, okay?
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. DePlancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
All right, let's keep our journey. How's Puppy doing? He's just resting in his bed. I mentioned earlier yesterday was not a good day for Puppy.
Of worms.
It was a bad day for him, but it is mostly past. Now he's just resting. And hopefully by tomorrow he's as vim and vigor as ever.
Let's choose executors and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Richard II?
Richard II.
Correct.
Sure.
You are well read, Miss Bateman. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
Yeah, this is a point-and-click adventure in the style of the 90s games. Published by Wajedi Games, who I basically love every game they've ever published. So, that's why we're playing.
God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
Yeah, that's overselling it a bit, I think. How old is Puppy? We don't know. He could be anywhere from 9 to 14. Because we originally got him from the shelter. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
In the eye of the beholder.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Tell the truth, Father Roach seems prepared to hear it. Lie. No, I've been telling the truth all the way.
The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Oh.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
She pregnant?
That's right. Everyone of my race can become
Remember
a giant
what I
gorilla.
told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good.
Yes, Mother.
Don't annoy the nurses.
So this was the shot from the beginning of the game, right?
Good. Now, let's see your father.
To be fair, the mortal eye only extends to the horizon. Yeah. But what if I like walked a little bit in? Would it still go all the way? Oh yeah, so we're having a grand old time here.
Daddy, wake up! Mummy? Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any
So
movement.
things not good for him.
But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times.
Look at them awesome chops. I am a sideburn-friendly individual. Sideburns are welcome here. That's remembering face.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Yeah, not much out here.
Hello.
What?
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out
Oh,
on the
God.
mountains. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring.
So there's like actual wild folk out
I
here?
see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid. But we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has
There's a
it
cairn,
that this cairn
yeah.
has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
Alright. So lots of weird things out here in the moors.
And walked across that
Bone
vast,
tomahawk situation?
featureless
Yeah,
landscape.
kinda. If they were braver, they would have called a bone tomahawk cowboys versus cavemen.
All the while,
But they weren't
Father
brave enough to
Roach
do
was
it.
whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
That's alright.
Here we are.
Looks like my Aunt Val's old place.
Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now. No need to thank me after your providential assistance today.
Yes?
Oh.
Please don't tell Mrs. Duplancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman.
Hey, what
has
scene in the
enough on
woods?
her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Oh, the puking and bloodletting, naturally.
You better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
13th Warrior Cowboy Edition. 13th Warrior is a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a very watchable movie. Especially how, what's his nuts there, learned Scandinavian in 20 minutes. How do you learn our language? He's like, I listened. Fucking Antonio Banderas' best role.
Don't encourage them.
Don't encourage the chickens? I'll encourage the chickens every day.
Care to hold one, Father Roach?
Put that thing down, would you?
You're no fun.
Achievement unlocked, Feathered Friend. Antonio's secretly Cypher from the X-Men? Yeah, kinda. It was 20 minutes. It was like a day. He was barely there when he learned it. And if you want to, like, it was a montage or whatever, he was there for like a week at most.
He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
No, he became fluent in the language. Even if he was there for months. Oh, we need that glove. Oh!
That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the
Yeah,
glove
it's the other glove we got, so it's Leonard
Barrow.
Shoulder's glove.
The gloves are a pair.
Alright, that's one mystery
Mr. Shoulder
solved.
was in the alley last night. Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Language genius, I guess.
The trousers feel damp. Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
Yeah, I just ordered some long johns myself. Getting ready for winter.
No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned.
Alright, let's knock. Let's knock a dockle.
Mr. Shoulder?
He was a poet, they have language superpowers.
I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Hmm.
I was gonna fucking smash his windows.
Mr.
That'd wake him
Shoulder,
up.
you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle?
It's locked.
For how
Perhaps
long,
he's gone
though?
For a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
No,
I'll look around
you go
further.
ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell.
I feel like something's
I hope
amiss
Mr.
here.
Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Romeo and Juliet?
Correct. That I shall
guess.
say good night till it be morrow. Lord be with you.
He's all obsessed about Shakespeare. You know what I think about Shakespeare? He's a bum.
Brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to
If I
be
met Shakespeare,
found.
I'd kick his ass. Just for the pleasure of doing it. Don't need reason past that.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside.
And that's why you fail.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you? a sweet little thing, aren't you?
We're picking up chickens. Shakespeare's like 12 guys. He would be when I'm done with him.
Really to be picked up.
Just ring my fist around his skull so hard. Create multiple personalities.
Mr. Shoulder must... What was he...
Still nothing there.
No sign of any...
Oh, we got this mysterious carved stone,
has been
though.
affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it. The window is much...
That's all there is here, eh? Alright, I guess, that's it.
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution.
No block of wood, but steal a chicken? Yeah. Get busted, Will? Oh, yeah, for sure. All the Shakespeare moves were negative anyways. He thinks he knows art. Show him the real art, the art of pro wrestling.
I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
It's a nice bench. Assuming that's a bench.
Train. That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the...
Game saved. There we go. Have a nice look at all the... Nothing. Question is, how do I get to the train station from here? Here? Oh. No, I came in from the left, right? Pretty sure I did. So it would have to be some ways around here. Ah, okay, exit over here. There we go. There we go. We got it. Hey, that's the dude who ran out on us.
Kenneth. He was supposed to wait for me at the station.
Mr. Tillett.
Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
Last night.
About last night?
Are you gonna tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
He's hiding something.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you?
You would gain me not knowing more.
I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
Aye, I don't remember out.
Okay, so what about Leonard
I found Mr.
Shoulder?
Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry, you'll find him.
What about Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's
Blame
why
the
Ian
drink, that's what
Shoulder
he's
invited
doing.
me to Bewley. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Mr. Tillett, please. This is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
What about
I'm
Kenneth?
looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
Ah, Red Ribbon Army, there we
Selling my
go.
equipment, but not himself. Curses.
Yeah,
Where
what
is my
about the crate?
now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Where can I
Alright.
find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you.
Alright.
Where can I find?
He lives above... You'll
Thank you.
There we are. So that railway.
So-
Aye.
Okay, so we work here, eh, drunkie?
Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the
That is
locals are not
quite
too
the
happy
smiley
about
there,
this
Lord
station.
Chief Chongo.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now.
You'd be still kind of do it.
Worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
Alright. Last
About
night?
la-
You don't
really
remember
don't
where you
remember
went?
where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss. Then... nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, aye.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
No, the explanation is he's full of shit or he's the cat.
Drawn a blank.
He's the weird freaky
Why
cat.
was the door blocked? Did you block it?
I told you I don't remember. I've nought to say 'cause I remember nought.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around.
Be sure to
Alright.
drink.
Aye, I'll survive.
Enough for your talk, drunkie. Wait, okay, then it can't be the cat. There's the freak cat. That freak cat is keeping tabs on us. Oh, well, if it isn't Cyril.
Good day to you, Cyril.
I'll do, lass.
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No.
Yeah.
I found Mr. Shoulder's
Yeah,
house
found the
today.
guy who don't
He
know
wasn't
who
home.
existed.
Why the
Keep an eye on the railway.
Yeah, lass.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
You
Alright.
really are quite helpful, aren't you?
Ah,
Goodbye.
Old man Cyril. Whoa!
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, I think these are just empty for emptiness.
Why are you knocking on me bleeding door. I'm right here, you daft bugger.
Oh, apologies.
All right, there is an exit here. Where does this exit to? Okay, so that's where that goes to. Makes sense. Then where does this go to? Well, well, well. If it isn't girl.
Good day, little one. What's your name?
Wally took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
Oh, Ollie's a piece of shit.
Sorry to hear that. What is your name, little one?
Jane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jane. My
I'm
name
Thomasina.
is Thomasina. This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
What about the dolls, though?
Lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their bath day.
Why did your
Myrtle
brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
There's some
Home, maybe.
runes on that rock there.
To dry out.
Do you know an
You
old
Leonard
man
Shoulder,
called
little
Leonard
girl?
Shoulder?
No, miss.
You're
Have you
full
heard
of
a
shit.
place called Hobbs Barrow?
I have, yes.
You have?
We aren't supposed to talk about it.
Why not?
Yeah, see?
Would you like to go there?
Locals don't want to talk to it.
Very much
Or
like
talk
to.
about it.
I'll tell you where it is if you find Myrtle for me.
You will?
Yes! But don't tell anyone about it or I'll...
Alright.
Please find Myrtle.
I will. Where do you live?
Our home is on the other side of the village. Maybe Wally went back there. Or maybe he's left her out on the moor. Poor Myrtle. I'm going to kick him, so...
Goodbye.
Bye, Miss.
There we go. Oh, it's a fossil.
Stay away from that! It's bad luck to touch the Yaman's hoard. I'm serious.
Alright. Oh, a shrub. Well, naturally, you gotta investigate here.
The delicate flowers smell rough.
I guess we can check further this way now. There's a hole.
I've no.
There's an exit through here.
I shall see you later.
Well, well, well.
Well, I say. Greetings, my dear.
Hello, sir.
Who's a bunch of these people?
Pause on your beauty, for I shall see you again soon.
Wait. Some nerve.
Oh, monkey's coughing. It's okay, monkey.
I most certainly am not.
Man.
Sorry, lass. No way through here today.
Says who?
Lord Panswick. Now get back before you find yourself under a falling tree.
The arrogant man.
Who was that arrogant man here?
That's Lord Panswick?
Someone passing by. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that...
Alright.
My name is Thomasina Bateman.
Oh, aye? You're not from round here, Thomasina Bateman.
No, just visiting. What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing? We're chopping down trees.
There is no need to be sarcastic.
We're employed by Lord Panswick. He's ordered us to gather logs from his woods. That...
Alright. What about Leonard Shoulder?
Leonard Shoulder.
I know a thing or two?
I don't. Can you let me get back to my work now?
No. We're playing 20 questions because now we're talking about Hobbs Barrow.
A place called Hobbs Barrow.
Never heard of it.
Let's talk about logs.
For Lord Panswick.
By heck, you ask a lot of questions. If you must know, his lordship is repairing an old ruin on his land. We need the timber for the restoration work.
How intriguing. What
Alright, is this ruin called Hobbs Barrow?
Restoring?
An old chapel.
I should rather like to see it.
Not possible. His lordship does not welcome visitors to his estate.
And these are his woods.
Alright.
Thanks for your
We'll be done by tomorrow morning.
Alright. So, This area becomes available the next day. This leads to the church? Yeah. So the postmaster is over this way, and he has our stuff.
Hello?
Yes?
You know Lord
What do you know
Panswick?
about Lord Panswick?
He gave me some sweets once. My friend says that Lord Panswick has special trees at his manor that grow sweets on their branches. Do you think that's true, miss?
I think that's
I think it's very true.
unlikely.
Me too.
All right then.
Goodbye, miss.
So this is the postmaster?
That must be the postmaster's
There we
storeroom.
go. Who are you, man?
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
What a treat.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
I'll tell him.
Originally, a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long. Though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London. How very exciting.
You're just excited at everything, eh?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe. Is that true?
Some days.
Oh, you must miss the fresh northern air. Well,
They're northerners.
no factories.
That explains it, doesn't it?
Are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
All right.
I'm looking for
Look
Mr.
for the
Price,
postmaster.
the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where'd he
Where
go?
did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
So he's gone.
When
Will he be back? Oh, not before the game's over.
Could be tonight. Could be a few days.
How infuriating.
So you're just gonna have to break in.
Keep watch of his storeroom. And I'm a man of my word, miss. I shall not budge from this spot.
Do you know a man
Oh,
named
maybe a little Leonard Shoulder will convince you to move.
Funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long.
Hobbs
looking for
Barrow?
Hobbs Barrow.
And talk about
One
that,
of
son?
those old burial hills.
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moors since I were a child.
Why is
Like
that?
it's like 30 feet away from you.
Right here in Bewley.
I can see the moors on the
Fully
left.
blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
Yeah, this guy's not on the level. He's too
railway
nice.
Station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to.
Nah, this guy's not on the level.
Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene
Yeah,
of
and he
our
knew
many debates.
blood.
Blimey. I could go for an ale right now, actually.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No. Wait. Do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tap?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me.
Yeah, I need you the F out of here.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
Alright, so apply trowel to your neck.
I don't wish to give that away.
No, I'm not giving it away.
The postmaster. If you're looking to collect your post.
Yeah, we're gonna have to break in. Alright. Opening a tab.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here.
So no tabs.
And I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
I do have this lovely silver necklace that I stole.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it?
Genuine silver. Not stolen at all.
Aye, silver. That'll do.
There we go.
Can I get you something to drink?
One drink won't
Your
hurt.
finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. That's...
Thank you.
No, we're just chugging it ourselves, eh?
Most agreeable.
Game saved. Alright. Now let's go talk to Buddy Boy here, get him all sloshed up, so he'll abandon his post.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
Really. We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watching his storeroom.
You know,
Doors
fuck
have
him, right?
locks for this very reason.
Yeah, doors have locks.
One drink won't. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know. Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch. I believe he built that in 1828. In Newcastle, of course.
Newcastle or Newcastle upon Tyne?
That's me.
Speak proper, son.
Wait.
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
He certainly does.
Bruh, this is the problem. The actual horror of this game is they're developing alcoholism. Already 2 drinks in now.
Hello.
Hello, would you mind fucking
Can I
off?
buy you another?
I suppose one more. I shall take you up.
Let us make...
I'm just gonna have to keep getting them drunk, or what?
The rear wheels are powered by coupling rods. Would you believe? The boiler had 2 flue tubes. Choo! There were nothing like it. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait.
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Curses. I'm starting to feel... I'm here to excavate Hob's Barrow, not...
Achievement unlocked, Hobbs barrels. So, is the idea we gotta drink this guy under the table here, or what?
Good day.
Can I buy you an...
I suppose one more. I shall take you up.
Let us make...
We're just gonna keep trying, I guess.
Bewley is the latest of many additions. Speaking of change, I hear the whole frontage of Derby designed by an architect. Well, that...
Wait!
Ta-ra!
He's got new lines every time, so...
Mr. Long can... Thank goodness I've switched to water.
All right, there we go. We'll give one more shot, and if not, then I have no idea.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you?
I suppose I shall.
Let us make.
It really is great to have so many more stories to share. Well,
wait.
Ta-ra.
All right, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Mr. Long can really. Thank goodness I've switched to all.
We gotta talk to someone different here. What about you shifty friggin' guy? Oh, Lord Panswick.
Not to say, except don't be snippy. You'll end up with a round of shotting.
I beg your pardon.
You heard me. Just mind your own.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
All right, you got anything new to say, lady?
Hello.
Lord Panswick.
What do you know?
Not a lot. I know he's in charge around.
Does he come to the village?
Not really.
Have you ever?
Evans, villages aren't allowed.
Why not?
To know.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The door has been.
Maybe the blacksmith has something for us here.
Good day.
Yes.
Or Panswick.
His lordship commands much keeps me busy. Why do you ask?
Just curious. Thanks for your.
Aye.
Baking lady.
Hello.
Good day.
Father Roach's health. Yeah, we haven't talked to her about it.
Asked me not to discuss that.
Maybe. No. The day's not over yet. All right. Don't ask. I won't betray his trust.
Thank you for your. Lord.
Because he asked us not to speak with her. Nothing new here. Like when it's bedtime, I feel like they'll be pretty blunt about like, yo, time to go to bed. Let's exit this way. What's the exit this way? Mushrooms?
Better not touch them.
Alright.
The moors stretch into the distance. The moor.
There's literally 2 houses though. I suppose so. Lord, wake up, hello friend.
This appears.
Alright, what items do we got right now again? We got letter, room key, a matchbox, a glove, and a trowel. To do. Explore Bewley. Yeah, so the ragdoll and... Yeah. Those are the 2 main things right now. And they said the other kid lives just outside of town on the other side. Something like that. Unless we can advance that plot. Where's your home again?
Our home is on the other side of the village, miss. Maybe Wally went back, or maybe he's left her out on the poor mud.
Okay, so other side of the village.
To the great red ape.
Exactly. This could be the home, maybe?
I don't think anyone is.
No. Let's talk to Cyril then. Maybe he's got an answer for us.
Good day.
Henry
What do
Long.
you make of Henry Long?
An idiot who thinks that station's a good idea. Can you imagine? Strangers pouring into Bewley.
Maybe he has a point. You could travel.
Bah.
Nah.
An outsider. I'd expect you to have such a bad opinion. But Henry, he's a Bewley lad. We've had the odd Barney or 2 in the pub over it all.
I can imagine. Can I buy you a drink, Cyril?
Now?
Yes.
Go on then, lass.
Follow me.
Alright. We can buy him a drink. Maybe this will illuminate something.
So then he turns around and says, "Why is a dog like a tree?" And I says, "I don't know." And he says, "Because they both lose their bark once they're dead."
Fair enough, I guess.
Very droll, Cyril. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I must be off.
Aye, lass. Ta for the drink. You're not too bad for an outsider.
Alright, I guess we've won his trust.
I must say, last night has rather put me off you. I don't wish to take.
Hmm.
I'm not pulling the. I don't want to take.
There is an exit over here, that's right. Ah! So this could be him then. Am I going to check out the Resident Evil Showcase? I'll watch it after the fact.
What's yours?
I'm not too blown up on Resident Evil myself. More of a Silent Hill guy.
Jane tells me you've taken Myrtle away.
And what if I did?
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
She kicked me! Look at this bruise on my leg!
That does look quite bad.
She did kick him, eh?
Why did she
It's
kick
fucked
you?
up.
Because she's a little goblin. You don't know what she can be like. Besides, Myrtle is gone now. I've given her to the fair folk. That'll teach her.
Fair folk, is that the wild people?
Folk?
The little people of the moors. I gave Myrtle to them.
Little people? You don't mean fairies, do you?
We call them fair folk round here.
Wally, there is no such thing as fairies.
It's two, and I gave him a doll.
Alright.
Do
What
you
about
know a
Leonard
man
Shoulder?
called Leonard Shoulder?
Let's talk the real stuff here.
Where can I find these fair folk?
Follow the tinkle of their tiny bells. I hear them when the wind dies. They dance around their little house.
But where is this little house?
Just listen for the bells, you'll find it.
Sure.
Don't think about bringing that doll back. That'll just bring bad luck for all of us.
Goodbye. The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Alright, so that's like the end of the world there, basically.
Nobody home.
Alright, so let's go up the church way. Because that way we can go into the moors. Perhaps the Devil's Toe?
What a peculiar name. I can't quite see the resemblance myself. What a peculiar... A carved... I think...
No, nothing new there, eh?
Mr. What was...
Rather
Rather rude of him.
See this map. Okay, so there's places I haven't been yet. There fast travel? Oh, there is fast travel. Okay. That works. Yeah, let's talk about the postmaster.
He lives above. You'll see.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I already know
Farewell.
that.
Ta-ra.
So, nothing there. So we got two things to do, just... How do we do them is the question. That's the little girl. Maybe she knows where to find these fair folk.
Have you found...
Wally told me he...
No, I'll never see...
There, child. Where can I find the...
Wally says he sees them on the moors, dancing and riding on the backs of birds.
That's right, everyone of my race can become a giant gorilla.
Fair folk.
How so?
They'll put a hex on you.
Jane?
Don't let them hear you say that, miss.
Alright.
Bye.
It doesn't tell us how to do it. I haven't been here again. There's that little burrow, I guess. Hey, whoa!
I've no desire...
Nothing to be clicked though. That'll be fixed tomorrow. The game doesn't say go to bed yet, so I feel like that's not the answer just yet at this time. Oh, wait. We took him away from his door, so perhaps there's something here? Oh. Is there a way to make it nighttime? Menu to do map. Not that I just feel like I'm missing something. Like, there's just one little thing we gotta trigger. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Went to click the blacksmith.
Good day.
Yes.
Nope.
Thanks for your...
Aye.
Door. Oh.
Alas, it is not mine. I
Broom?
didn't come to Bewley to... The blacksmith is right here. I have one just like...
Okay. Cart.
This must belong...
Door. Well, let's try again, I guess.
I don't think any...
So it's one of the things where, like, you gotta kind of brute force your way sometimes, right? So that's where the postmaster is.
I don't think anyone is hurt.
Exit door. Door plaque.
Royal Mail. This must be the... There's my crate.
I guess we didn't check there
Always
yet.
ties a red ribbon to it.
So we've confirmed it's our crate.
Tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there.
Oi, keep away from that door.
No.
I promise Mr. Price I keep an eye on his storeroom while he's gone.
Alright, drinking doesn't work.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another?
I suppose I shall take you up.
Let us make...
Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but, well, I guess we'll try one more time.
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we blessed be...
Idiot!
Oh! We needed Cyril here.
It is the worst decision this village has ever made.
We get them into a fight, then he's gone.
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
There we go. We got it. Yeah. Had to get these dummies to fight each other. Now let us be on our way.
Locked. I need to get inside without attracting...
Well, good thing we got a trowel.
I don't think battering the door down is the... I don't wish to draw... He's currently debating the merits of the... He's currently
Okay, now we got to figure out how to get the door open. Yes, it's there.
This key doesn't... Royal Mail. This must be the... He's currently debating...
Okay, so we can't trowel the door down.
I don't wish to...
Maybe talk to the blacksmith? Sounds like he'd be a guy. Have a thing to open the door. Okay. I think I got it now. Which is something that would never have occurred to me normally. Let's see if this is correct. See if this is correct. All right, something's happening.
Thomasina, please stop leaving your toys lying about the place. What happened the last time you left your dolly under the tree?
A fox ate it, madame.
Yes, it did. Fetch it now, won't you? Then I'll fix your supper.
Yes, madame.
So I had to trowel the mushroom circle, which, to left to my own devices, I would have figured that out maybe in 3 hours. That one is not intuitive. I'm sorry. I like this game so far, but that one is just not intuitive.
Nothing but a glass of water and a worm if you don't fetch your dolly right this instant.
Like, that's that Gabriel Knight. You have to, like,
hello, fairies.
Use your stuff on stuff like every 2 seconds.
There you are, Josephine. I won't let the foxes eat you.
Yeah. So good game. I like it, but that one, that one wasn't it.
Josephine, she introduced me to the fairies.
Oh, fairies, you say?
Yes, Daddy.
Do you believe in fairies?
Of course. Do you see those mushrooms over there?
Now, if you showed me this cutscene first, then yes.
Way to their kingdom. That's where Josephine and I go to talk to the fairies.
If you said mushrooms and fairies and show me that first, and then I'm like, oh yeah, the mushroom circle. Then I would go there.
There's no such thing as
but you're showing me this after I already would know it, right?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, my dear child. I do not wish to upset you. I just want to make sure that you understand the difference between fantasy and reality. Josephine is just a doll, and fairies do not exist.
Like, yeah, if you show me this cutscene first, I would put 1, 2, and 2 together, right? But you're only showing me this after I would have already gotten it.
Please always remember that. If you hear anything about fairies or the like again, know that it's hogwash. What is it?
Hogwash? She defies the fair folk yet.
Did Wally bury the doll, I wonder?
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
This must be Jane's ragdoll.
Alright, now we give it to her. She'll tell us where we need the worms.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth.
Alright.
I've already taken...
Oh, well. Spoiled for choice on the worms here, eh?
Perhaps these wriggling worms are the fair folk young Wally was so fearful of.
Alright, well now we know.
How strange. There is a hairpin pierced through the arm.
I think they're relying on the player to know about fairy circles and apply here? I don't know nothing about fairy circles.
At least I shall not return from Bewley empty-handed.
Alright. So now we go to the little girl, give her her thing, and we go from there. At least the next few steps seem very easy in comparison.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle!
My Myrtle!
I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek.
Nope.
Come back. It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children.
Hey, now that you're gone, maybe we'll trowel up a fossil or two.
The trowel is too blunt to chip away at the rock.
Well, how about this hairpin?
The hairpin isn't strong enough to remove the fossil.
Well, then obviously the trowel and the hairpin fuse.
They aren't mine to
Oh, whatever. Hairpin we have. I guess we'll find this dumb little girl. And she's in the hole. The forbidden hole we tried to get into 40 times.
Jane? Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in. Fine. Curses! The hole is too small for me to fit through.
Yeah, well, how about we trowel that hole shut?
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand.
Okay, that actually works.
Uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod.
There should have been an article somewhere the town could read about fairy circles. Well, I didn't see it.
That should do it.
I'm coming to get you.
Jane.
Uh-oh.
Jane? 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 Jane?
Time to use our matchstick. All coming together now.
Curses. The useless thing blew out. Jane? Jane?
Okay, I know where the blacksmith has a lantern. We're gonna use our fast travel. But first, I bet that hairpin's what we need to get the friggin' lock.
Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is
there
much
we
more than a hair
go.
accessory. A few
Jane?
wiggles and this lock should spring
Jason!
right open.
Jason! Look at that. See? Boom. Trowel's a pretty handy device.
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I
Oh.
managed to unlock the door.
Lockpicker. Achievement unlocked.
Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Miss Bateman, I beg your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London. I cannot join you in Bewley. Or Bewley. I packed your usual equipment and pray you will find assistance in my absence. Look forward to your return. All right.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened. I'd better get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task. Somehow, no one was there to witness it.
Okay.
But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me.
There we go. One crate. Ominous holes. Trowel, yeah.
Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man.
We needed to get
Everything
paid.
else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that. Oh,
There we go.
it feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside. I'll leave the rest in the crate.
All right, so we got to find oil for our lantern.
No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient.
All right, so
Still, I've been in worse situations.
oil. The
Got a tab at
blacksmith
inn
might
for
have
now.
some.
I'll worry about money later. I must find that barrow and get on with the excavation. I'd rather.
We'll try the tavern keeper just because he might know where like
I have nothing
oil
else to
is,
ask for the time.
or not. Never mind. All right, blacksmith. I feel like you're our key to unlimited oil. Considering you know you got a lantern
Same
here.
make as my own. It looks like the same make. Good day.
Yes.
I was
Lantern.
wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass.
I don't need much.
Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
All right, what do you need?
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Aye.
Surely you want some worms?
I don't think Mr.
Surely you want a glove?
I don't.
Surely you want the chisel? And surely you need The room key? Oh, he wants the fucking okay. He wants the fossil. We'll get that friggin' fossil now. There we go. I'm gonna trowel. Oh, the chisel for the fossil. This is exactly what we need. There we go. Fossils are used to produce oil. It takes a couple 100 million years to do that.
Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece.
There we go. Look at that. Like, we hit the one logic gap, I guess, with that stupid fairy mushroom circle. But now we're unstoppable. We're just crushing it. Hey, you want some fossils, son?
Would you trade
I bet
some
you
of your
do.
paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now
Why, yes, I would.
Beauty that.
Yes, I would.
Familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside.
Yeah, dumb fossil in the press. Bingo, bango, bongo. We're good.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Look at that. Achievement unlocked. Fossil collector. Equip paraffin with lantern. Boom, baby.
Ready for action.
We're crushing it. Now we're gonna find that dumb kid.
Right. Let's.
Look at that.
Jane, come out at once.
Look at that badge. Oh, fuck.
Goodness me. Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
It's one of those Northern England giggling badgers.
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hobbs Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been
All right, well, now we know where Hobbs Barrow is. Boom. Look at that. So it's north of the farm.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance. The townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow. The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes.
They don't want me finding it, but now it is too late.
In the end, it
Jane
was
and the blacksmith, the only ones any help? Yeah,
young
kinda.
Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
La-di-da, I got a gate in a field. Must be nice to be so wealthy.
What do you want?
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye. What do you want, lass?
Oh, you're awful,
Hobbs Barrow
bitchy.
is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why'd you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the Barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard's shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard he were on death's door. There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
Last time?
Was there a previous excavation of Hob's Barrow?
Aye. Me brother dug it up. Must have been, what, 25?
Nope.
You see, whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Mm.
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
So whatever you find in Hob's Barrow drives you mad.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I live here with my wife. I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel
What
find?
old Sammy find here?
I don't know, but something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word, like.
That must have been hard.
He lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Oh, the other people.
In the excavation.
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel. I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see.
Alright, what about
Is
his
your
wife?
home?
She's out in fields, lass. Pulling weeds. The curse of such fertile soil. 40 years we've been married. I couldn't do it without her, you see.
How splendid.
Aye. My wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution. You'll find a man one day.
That's what the secret story is about her
managed
refusal
rather
to
well
get
with that
married.
one, Mr. Bryden.
What about Lenny?
Haven't seen Mr.
What
Shoulder
about
for
Mr.
some
Lenny
time.
here?
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hob's Barrow.
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
What about Lord Panswick?
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him. He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see.
Alright, what about
Bryden,
some permission to excavate
may I
here?
please have your permission to excavate Hob's Barrow?
No. Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
Friend, I'm not going to take no for an
I'm
answer.
afraid I won't take no for an answer, Mr. Bryden.
Well, you're going to have to.
Oh, well, shit. Can I see it?
Perhaps I can at least
Can I touch
see
it, please?
Hob's Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
You wish
Proof?
to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra.
The letters?
Here is proof that Mr. Shoulder invited me to Bewley in order to excavate Hob's Barrow.
These look like letters, alright.
And making bold promises, I see. Don't make me regret this. But yes, you can have a look at it.
Thank you.
Any road. Once you've set your eyes on it, you won't be wanting to outdo with it. The place gives one a queer feeling.
So where can I find it?
Through that gate to your left. Just head straight across the top to the field there. After 10 minutes or so, you'll see Barrow, set on a hill ahead.
Thank you again, Mr. Bryden. I really do appreciate it.
Alright. We see that barrow there. Oh, we need that bucket, though. Let's steal that bucket. Not mine to take. You have stolen like 5 or 6 things by now. You stole the cross from the church, which we pawned off
Easy girl.
as fucking the thing to hold off for our debt for our bar money. You stole from a church?
I'm not fond of goats at the best of times, but this one seems
But
particularly
the bucket? Oh
disappointing.
no, heavens for fucking vend. Use worm on goat.
I should leave the goat alone.
All right, boys, it's time. Gonna see us a barrow. Probably the goat's bucket, maybe.
I probably should have brought my umbrella.
Stone. AR.
AR. I haven't a clue what that could be referring to.
Maybe have a chisel to refer
I
to
don't
it
wish
with.
to carve anything into.
Ah, you're no fun.
Finally, here it is.
The Hobbs Barrow. All right, there we go, boys.
The barrow of a most unusual
Roll
rectangular
credits. We
form.
saw it.
I've not seen something like this since West Kennet Long Barrow. Yes, this shall make a fine entry for my book. What secrets do you conceal, I wonder? That smell. Earthy and sweet.
Achievement unlocked. Hobbs Barrow.
3, 2.
Oh, the Hobbs Barrow was always with her, even as a kid.
You can open your eyes now, Thomasina.
There was always a Hobbs. The real Hobbs Barrow is in here, in your heart.
Are you ready for your first excavation?
Yes, Daddy.
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
How exciting.
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Diddy. Need to excavate some dirt.
Thomasina, we don't dig with our hands.
No. You're afraid of getting dirty, maybe. I guess we'll pick up that trowel.
Now I'm ready.
Hobbs Barrow was the friends we've made along the way. I think that's fair to say. I think that is the matter of it.
Nothing here. Treasure!
Treasure!
Daddy, I found the treasure! Look!
Well done, little bird. Your first successful excavation. That urn you're holding is very old and precious. Take good care of it.
Smash it.
All right?
I will, Daddy. I promise.
There we go. Now trowel the shit out of it. Nothing could stop me from troweling the barrow.
That's right, everyone of my race can become a giant
I
gorilla.
do have a feeling there is something exceptional to be discovered here. I must gain Mr. Bryden's permission to excavate.
Do you, though? I don't think the worm has anything to say
No,
with that.
that's not it.
You're just not inventive enough. Alright. I guess we saw the barrow. Now we need to get permission. One way or t'other. It's a long walk. So it's probably nighttime and I'll be like, oh, now you get to go to bed. Yeah, look at that.
Falls quickly here. I should make my way back to the inn. I shouldn't disturb.
Alright. Now it's time to go to bed. Oh, look at Mr. Crozier.
Good evening, Mr. Crozier.
Evening. Thanks again for the fossil, lass. 'Tis truly a beauty.
You're most welcome.
Fossils.
How long have you been collecting fossils?
Ever since I were a boy. The moors look a barren place, but there are plenty of fossils to be found in the rock formations. All manner of creatures to uncover.
Such a playground for a young lad. What's your favorite piece in your collection?
Wait, is that guy on the right
You gave me today.
playing the fucking knife game with his hand?
The best.
Indeed.
What about you, lass?
I do. You see, it should be called Vestiges of the I document.
But what do
Oh, sorry, we gotta investigate knife guy.
Fussing about in.
We're not dissimilar in that we both take an interest in the remains of the long gone.
I suppose you have a point. How's your book coming along then?
Very well, thank. Though I'm rather keen to begin my chapter. Thanks for your time.
Aye.
Alright, wait, let's see what this whole man.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, he looks pissed.
I'll leave you to it.
Alright.
I don't wish to
Herbert, the creepy cat. Old Cyril here.
Cyril?
You're still here?
Did Mr. Long convince you of the virtues of...
Five-finger fillet, that's it, that's
What
it.
the hell do you think? Now bugger off and leave me to me drink.
He's as pleasant as ever.
Seems even more wound up than you.
Good evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening.
Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, remember what I said, Miss Bateman. There are stories connect.
Yes, stories you won't elaborate on. Don't worry about me, Stan. I'm quite capable of warding off...
Yeah, how about you tell me everything, and then if you're going to scare me off proper. Don't leave me all wondering about it, you know?
That's precisely what worries me.
We've already drunk enough. Bedtime.
Time for bed. Tomorrow I shall convince Mr. Bryden to allow me to begin my excavation.
Miss Bateman. How are you?
Tired.
Gonna buy you a drink?
I need to keep a clear head.
No thanks, Mr. Tillett.
Please, Miss Bateman. I feel bad about what happened last night. I'm sorry I can't remember it.
So I need
That's
to drink
all right,
more
Mr.
to
Tillett.
remember it.
Alcohol can do all sorts of damage to one's memory.
I was thinking that maybe if we had another drink tonight, I might remember what happened.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that's not how that go.
But worth trying?
Oh, Mr. Tillett, if you insist...
Oh, Mr. Tillett.
Take
When
this.
will you learn?
I shall return with the goods.
To Leonard Shoulder.
That crazy cat's all watching me.
I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Why did Leonard Shoulder ask you to dig up Hobbs Barrow?
Despite his disappearing act the previous evening, not to mention his questionable sobriety, I decided Mr. Tillett was to be my ally.
Alright.
I spoke again of Mr. Shoulder's letter, his proposed excavation, and my status as an antiquarian and barrow digger. He was fascinated and quite excited at the prospect of meeting the soon-to-be author of a real-life book.
You must find all manner of riches on your digs.
Barrow digging is not all success, Mr. Tillett. Often I'll come across the likeliest of sites steeped in promise. We set to work with shovel and pick and all the other barrow opening paraphernalia you can imagine. Every stone
Probably a lot
taken
of
down,
paraphernalia for
every
barrow
shovel
opening.
full of earth put dutifully through the sieve, and we find nothing.
Nothing.
We may find a miserable remnant of animal bone or a shard of pottery hardly to be recognized from the peat in which it decayed. Sometimes it's as if some Neolithic humorist prepared an elaborate practical joke for your special benefit.
It still sounds much more exciting than spending your days sitting in England's most remote railway station.
I loved working at Mac's. I worked at a convenience store for quite a few years, working midnight shift all by myself. It was amazing.
Your wife?
Aye.
The only thing that was bad about it, in comparison, is it predated smartphones for the most part. But I read so many books, like I got to goof off. It was great. Being by yourself and getting paid for it, fantastic.
Since the old girl left us, she had a horrible end, wasting away day by day. Consumption got her. She was naught but bones by the end. I can't get the image out of my mind. She were everything to me.
I'm so sorry.
I apologise for going on, Miss Bateman. It's not appropriate.
Don't worry, Mr. Tillett. I appreciate your openness.
Used to love going for walks out in the moor, my mother and I, ever since I were a little one. She'd get a tear in her eye as she looked out upon it. She loved this land. I asked Mr. Crozier to build a bench, which we've erected at her favourite lookout spot on the moors.
That's what that bench is, okay.
Aye.
That's a beautiful tribute.
Aye. If you take a seat there, do keep her in your thoughts, won't you?
Of course, Mr. Tillett.
We've sat in that bench
Relate
several
in some
times.
manner. My father had an accident when I was very young. He's still alive, but he can...
Was alone lot? Oh yeah, there's a lot of weirdos. I definitely saw a lot of weirdos in my time working midnights at Max Milk for sure. But to get paid, and like I would read a book a night. I'm a pretty fast reader. I would read a book a night. I've read through hundreds of books, maybe like 1,000 books in the years I went and worked there.
Memories of him, and I visit him often to tell him all about my excavations.
Can he hear you?
I've no idea. The doctors aren't sure. I'd do anything to make him better, Mr. Tillett. I'd do anything to bring him back to the man he was. I am in a state of suspended mourning for a man caught between life and death.
You know what? Now that I think about it,
just dreadful.
Ever since I got a smartphone, I don't think I've read a single
Mine
book.
just happens to be my father.
So,
and what
yeah.
A cold woman. We haven't talked in quite some time. I think she blamed me for my
Worked at a 24-hour fitness too. It was great. Did so much art and DM prep. Yeah.
Indeed.
Midnight shifts are for people who want to get shit done or just want to get paid for doing very little.
Well then.
The only thing is you have to work midnights, but otherwise it's all upside to me.
Sense of loss.
I'll toast to that, Arthur. Now then, enough of this wallowing.
Let us be merry. Another round.
I really shouldn't.
We got a Barrow to Hob.
And another after that. And another.
And another one.
The frustrations of my visit to Bewley slipped away with each swill of Stanley's finest ale. We had great fun that night, Mr. Tillett and I. I treasure the memory.
Go on then. Let's hear those pipes.
Mustn't.
Sing the song.
Sing the song.
You're incorrigible.
Please. You'll make a sad man happy.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah, I worked midnights for 10 consecutive years.
Clasps, celts,
so
and arrowheads.
It takes a while, but once you know, right?
Within my clutch, and if a shield I should espy, I'll vow there ne'er was such.
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
Huzzah! So I feel like this is like the first half-ish of the game is like the setup. And now that we're ready to Barrow dive, shit's gonna go rotten fast. Oh yeah, that looks normal. Under a pink sky. Oh. Naturally, the goblin of the moors. Okay.
Hello, Thomasina.
What is this? Who are you?
I'm the one that saved your father.
What do you mean?
You were here 25 years ago.
My father?
You were deep down with the others. You were there, and something went wrong. I dragged him out.
Impossible.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
I don't understand.
Believe my words. You'll find proof in morning.
Alright, so we need this goblin assistance.
One more thing. This is not a dream.
The second day. Expisor? That's not a word I'm familiar with. Expisor? Alright.
Goodness, that was a terrible sleep.
We'll find proof in the morning. That's what was promised to us. Looks to be a book or a ledger by the door.
What's this?
What's this? Oh, there's a rune on
There's
the book.
A strange stone strapped to the cover.
Chicken. Yeah. Day 1. Arrived after a decent day's ride from Bakewell. This is a curious place. Locals seem distant. I'm to meet my local contact tomorrow, so it'll be an early night for me. I shall try to keep a diary of my stay here and not give up by day 3 of the excavation as usual. Despite the thrill of possible new discoveries, I cannot stop thinking about my dear wife and wonder if I should have left her in her current state. I must have faith that she will conquer this bout of illness. Next. True to form, my journal has been abandoned. Let that not speak for the excitement I feel for this excavation. After much preparation, we dig tomorrow. Such an exceptional site with a unique history. As for the dangers, we shall meet them head first. We are prepared. I also sought out a local wise woman yesterday, and she provided me with a tincture for my beloved's nausea gravidarum. That's not a word I'm familiar with. I'm sure she'll be pleased with it upon my return. Lo, a place of miracles. A planted seed sprouted before our eyes and illuminated our path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here, but I clutch my tablet with knowledge that it shall end this. P equals rho, theta, E is the epsilon, X. We found this code simply in the singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic. When the sun and 2 moons meet, the guardians shall be defeated. Okay, then. A dead language reveals the path, for thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things that I have said and follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself to me. I heard a whisper, not once, again and again. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. I will pour out my spirit. All right, then.
It appears to be a journal, full of hogwash. I don't recognize the handwriting.
Yeah, there you go. Hogwash it is, boys.
More about it.
Good morning. How's your head, Miss Bateman? That were quite the tune you treated us to last night.
To be honest, Stanley, I felt better. I take it you slid this journal under my door?
I beg your pardon?
The journal, Stanley.
I certainly did no such thing. Nor could have anyone else. You're the only guest staying here.
What's the meaning of all this? Do you propose that it manifested itself out of thin air?
Well,
Yeah? He might be telling the truth. He's been nice to us so far.
I just don't understand how else it could have got there.
The
What do you
stone.
make of the stone?
That's a funny looking thing. It's got a cockerel on it.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
The journal.
I Are you sure there was no one else here overnight?
Without doubt.
The heck is this game? This is the Excavation of Hob's Barrow, son.
Inside.
It's a adventure / horror game done in the style of early 90s action adventure games. Or, well, adventure games. Not so much action. Show Stanley the contents.
Take a look.
He's been nice to us.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it.
Neither can I.
Maybe someone else in the village can help you with it.
Dream.
Do you ever have strange dreams, Stanley?
Me? I sleep as sound as a baby.
I had one such dream last night. It was so vivid.
What were it about?
Explain the dream.
Barrow.
Oh?
Met this goblin person.
Was different. Great peaks soared in the distance. And there was a creature.
A creature, you say?
Yes, a short, robed fellow, eyes as black as pitch. It told me that my father had been there in Hob's Barrow many years ago, but something went wrong, and the creature helped him escape. It said that I would find proof.
Did say the guy's brother had 2 helpers, right? So one of the 2 helpers could have been her father.
No time for that nonsense. But I'll admit it's a strange coincidence.
Now, what did I tell you about Hob's Barrow?
That I should leave it alone?
Aye.
Hogwash.
Your dream reminds me of a story from my childhood. An old folk tale about Hob's Barrow.
Folktale.
What is this folk tale you mention?
Well, when I were a wee boy...
A goblin!
A goblin. They say he lived inside Hob's Barrow, hence the name, Hob's Barrow. Hob, coming from Hob.
Oh, naturally.
Unfortunately,
naturally.
I don't remember anything else about it.
I was told not to believe in such fairy tales, Stanley.
Don't close your mind to such things, lass. I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you more.
Perhaps, if I ever meet him. Goodbye.
See you soon.
Good morning, Mr. Kemp.
And who the devils are you?
I'm here for his lordship's paper.
Sorry, lass. Mr. Price hasn't dropped them off this morning. I heard he actually left the village yesterday.
Indeed, I can vouch for that.
Ma'am?
Good day.
Oh,
dear. His lordship won't be pleased.
My sincere.
We're not very courteous with each other
I'll
there.
come back in a few days. Ta-ra.
Goodbye.
The knife. Yeah, we'll definitely need the... No, I don't want to steal people's stuff, but I'll take this knife.
Me, I can't budge it.
Be careful, Miss Bateman. You'll cut yourself. I spent all morning trying to get that bloody thing out. I shall be having words with that scoundrel next time he shows his face.
Yeah. This is our Excalibur moment.
Curses.
We have our very own Excalibur. It's all yours if you can pull it out, King Arthur.
Am I playing on PC? Yes, this is a PC game. Yes, sir. I have procured it through Steam. Oh, this is where our glove comes in. What? Come on. Certainly we can trowel
I do
it.
not wish to damage Mr. Kemp's table any...
Certainly we can worm it.
I can't see how that will help.
Certainly we can lantern it.
No, that won't...
Certainly we can chisel it.
I do not wish to damage...
Certainly we can use the rock on it.
No, that...
Wow. I think you're just unimaginative, lady.
Right. I need to convince Mr. Bryden to let me excavate Hob's Barrow and find out where this journal came from. Curses! I forgot I had this worm in my pocket. Poor thing is dead now. Rest in peace, Kenneth.
All right. Oh, today's going to be the market.
Good day.
I'm still setting up my stall. Come back later.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Father Roach.
Beating raw metal in...
No one here to save that broom or that horseshoe.
The blacksmith look... Good morning, Father Roach.
Ah, Miss Bateman. What a pleasure to see
Yeah,
you
the
again.
graphics are fine to me, dude. I love this art style.
Don't get me started.
Has a lot more personality, a lot of proper 3D modeled games, in my opinion. How about this
What do you make
stone?
of this stone?
I don't recognize the symbol from any Christian iconography. Did you make it yourself?
No, never mind.
What about the journal?
This journal.
What a tatty old thing. You ought to take better care of your possessions, Miss Bateman.
It's not mine.
Then whose is it?
That's precisely
The goblins?
what I'm trying to find out.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I haven't seen it before.
Pixel art is highly blessed, yes, sir. What about yourself?
Brings you to the square today?
I'm meeting a couple of young congregation members to go over some scripture. You're welcome to join us.
Thank you, Father Roach, but I have quite a busy day ahead of me.
We will be at St. Edmund's, should you wish to join us later.
What about Lord Panswick?
What do you know of Lord Panswick?
Oh, yes. A rather important fellow around here. His vast land holdings give many a steady employment.
I hear he is renovating an old chapel on his land.
Aye, I've heard such reports. He believes this to be a godless land. Something I wholeheartedly disagree.
So yeah, that forest path is now open, so we can do that.
It's a matter of concern.
Why do you say that?
Oh, my apologies. Don't listen to my...
Yeah, so his chapel is not dedicated to the Christian god.
Thanks for your time.
Perhaps the god of the Barrow.
I don't need to go in.
Nope.
Mr. Long mustn't.
Nothing there. This crumb bum, nope, the crumb bum is no longer sitting there. There's stuff still in the alley?
Perhaps I have something in here that could help me get the knife.
I can see that shitty cat is there.
No, there's no. I don't wish to wait. Perhaps I have.
So, this giant box of things, but they can't have anything. Like we get a knife out of a
there's
freaking
nothing
table.
I suspect the back.
Hey Wally, I gave her back the doll. Y'all pissed off about that?
Go away! You gave the
Yeah, I did.
sister.
And what are you gonna do about
Very
it?
nice of you to bury her favourite toy, Wally.
I gave it to the fair folk, and you stole it back from them.
You don't really believe in. You're old enough to know better.
They're real, and thanks to you, I'm cursed.
There's no such
Tough
thing
shit.
as curses either, Wally.
Go away!
No, I guess the dead worm is no longer in my pockets. Oh, this is still,
Disappeared.
yeah, still the end of town. So ain't nothing changing there. Oh no, I did not mean to go in there. I was gonna do a cursory check of what's going on here, and then we'll probably call it a stream because it's gonna be definitely like a two-parter game. I think we're roughly halfway through it now. Lord Manly Genius, hello friend. Old drunkie ain't here. Would he answer his door? Let's see. I bet he won't.
Bugger off!
Alright, well he's awake at least.
The unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Alright, whoa, what are you doing here, Mr. Tillett?
Good morning, Arthur.
You look a bit addled. Are you feeling all right?
Why are you blocking the path I want to go
Used to
through?
drinking as much as we did.
Aye, my head is pounding.
To tell you the truth, Arthur, I've had a somewhat puzzling morning.
Oh?
Someone slipped this journal under the door of my room.
Whose journal is it?
I have no idea. The text
I'm
refers
sure
to
you
some
have
sort
no
of
idea.
Excavation.
Well, Stanley must be playing tricks on you.
He swore his innocence. I thought perhaps you might have done it?
No, it wasn't me. That's for certain. Somehow I have a clear memory of last night.
Stone.
What do you make of this stone?
It's a good shape for
Yeah,
skiing
Mr.
across
Tillett.
water. What is it?
I fear Mr. Tellett or the innkeeper. One of them's not on the level.
I wonder who left me this journal then.
Mind if I take a closer look?
Please go ahead.
The writings of a madman.
I don't disagree. Do the sketches mean anything to you?
No, not at all. But they turn me stomach. You might want to show this to Mother Mildred.
Mother Mildred?
Who's Mother Mildred?
Some think her a witch.
A witch?
Aye. She might be able to help you with the symbols.
Where can I find her?
She lives alone in a little cottage within Herne Wood here. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding her.
Thanks, Arthur.
You're welcome.
The railway station?
Shouldn't you be manning the station?
The line is down. Track damage between Bewley and Bakewell. No trains for a day or more.
No help.
Here? For the time being.
Or none of them are on the level. That could be just as well.
I had a splendid time last night.
Aye. I even remember most of it this time. Thanks for listening to me going on. I really appreciate it.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you too, Arthur. Goodbye.
Right.
Ta-ra.
So, you mind getting the fuck out of the way? There we go. Uh-oh.
Thomasina, dear, come say goodbye to your father. Come on now, don't make him wait.
I don't want to.
Aren't you going to miss me?
I hate you, Daddy.
Those are strong words for such a little lady.
She's regretting this.
We've been through this, little bird. You can't come with me this time, but we'll go to Seaborough next month. I promise. Oh, what a dig that
I have to go to a certain Barrow called Hobbs.
Well, I love you. See you soon, little bird.
Anything different in this screen? Nope. The fearsome laughing badger hole. There we go. Resin. Tree sap.
The resin has set somewhat. It's firmly gripped to the stump.
Well, certainly we can chisel it.
I've collected some waxy resin.
There we go. There we go. Why does your character want to be a barrow digger? Yeah, this is like Grandma Croft. Oh, this must be the witch.
What are those berries you're picking?
An ancient breed, no good for eating. However, they do have some medicinal qualities.
I see.
You like this resin?
I'm not sure they would be interested. Please, forget. Are you Mother Mildred?
Some call me that. I prefer Mildred Walker, given as that's my name.
Apologies. Thomasina Bateman. I think we met at Bewley Station.
Yeah, this is definitely a proto-Lara Croft.
Those ruffians would cut their own noses.
She hasn't tried to kill any endangered animals, though.
I recognised you the moment I laid eyes on you at the station.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, yeah, it's quite a striking family resemblance. You have your father's eyes, Miss Bateman.
Your father's eyes. The devil's eyes.
You knew my father?
Such piercing blue eyes he had. What a handsome young man. William.
He was here, in Bewley.
Bewley?
Yes. A long time ago, mind.
Achievement unlocked, a family connection.
But I'll never forget those eyes.
All right, my father.
Why was my father in Bewley?
You were helping Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow.
You must be jesting.
Do I look like I'm jesting?
All right, journal.
You might be able to help me comprehend the contents of this journal.
A journal, you say?
Yes, it was slipped under my door. I have no idea who it belongs to. It contains peculiar drawings and strange passages. Arthur Tillett told me you might be able to help.
I'm not a witch, you know.
I didn't think you were, Ms. Walker.
Good. Well, let me take a look then.
It's showing everyone this book.
Mean nothing to me, I'm afraid.
Oh.
But I think this belonged to your father.
Why do you say that?
This journal contains an account of when I met him, you see. You don't recognise your own father's handwriting.
It's been so many years since I've seen it.
Alright, what about this stone?
I-A-W. I haven't a clue. Perhaps it's an old folk trinket, or a talisman of some kind. The moors are steeped in folklore.
Oh, Excavation of Hob's Barrow?
Not much. I only met your father twice. The last time he asked me if I knew anything about binding magic.
Binding magic?
He said he needed it for the excavation.
Hogwash. My father is a man of logic and reason. Why would he be asking about such
All
nonsense?
you scientists,
Perhaps you
you'll
don't
never
know him as
learn
well
that
as you
magic
think you do.
always wins in the
Anyway,
end.
I know nothing of magic and told him so. He seemed disappointed. I never saw him again, but I understand the excavation went ahead. Samuel Bryden hanged himself not long after. Reason enough for you to stay well clear of that place.
Alright, after the excavation, we're getting an exposition dump here.
No, I always assumed he just went home.
Both characters looking for their father, or is it just the movie?
And my father.
I think the games Lara Croft knows her dad. I think. Oh, it's been a while. Because there's the remakes, and then there's the old games. No, the Goblin.
Plough and Furrow told me about a folk tale associated with Hobbs Barrow. Something about a goblin. Are you familiar with it?
No doubt there is such a tale. Name any beastie you can think of, and someone round here will have a story about it.
My thoughts precisely.
Third man.
Charles Bryden mentioned there was a
Yeah, I guess there is a third man. We know two of them now.
Is that so? Well, you best ask him about it. He knows more than I do.
Let me guess, it's Leonard
Can you tell me
Shoulder.
anything about Leonard Shoulder?
I know of him, as is the nature of such a small town. I also know he invited you here.
Little escapes you, Miss
She knows everything,
So
eh?
they say.
Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. That's important plot points for certain movies. Yes, sir.
Nice enough fella.
I see.
What about Lord
Do you know
Panswick?
Lord Panswick?
I know his labourers make a mess of these woods, the brutes. The man himself hasn't graced me with his presence.
You've never met him?
Not since he were a wee lad. A maid brought him to me with a sore stomach. It were all the rich food they were feeding him, nowt more.
What do you think my father meant?
I've no idea. He didn't...
You'll
have to ask him.
I'm afraid my father has been incapacitated since I was a child. He cannot speak nor move.
Terrible. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, has he
just
bound
fine.
his own magic to himself?
How did you come to meet my father?
One might say I have a reputation in these parts. Folks from all around come to me for help with their ailments. Hernwood is abundant with flora that, if mixed correctly, will cure almost any ill. Your father must have caught wind of this, as one day he came to me, asking for a cure.
A cure for what?
Your mother were with child, and she was suffering the most terrible nausea.
Adam.
I made something to help her.
Yeah, she was pregnant when
This is incredible. Thank you
she
for your
brought
help, Miss
her
Walker.
to the hospice or whatever it is.
I shouldn't enter.
All right.
What are those berries you...
And ain't, however...
I see.
Surely you have something to say about... Oh, we
I've
already...
already shown her.
Yeah, we already did. Okay, never mind then.
Miss Bateman,
Uh-oh.
Yes.
remember what I told you when we first met? You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
Why?
Something terrible happened to Samuel Bryden in that barrow. Whatever they found down there, I'd wager it got to your father too. Tell me you won't disturb Hobbs Barrow.
Nah, we're definitely...
Mildred.
We're digging up that barrow for the world to see.
Natural about that place.
We must seek to understand the world by rational means, Ms. Walker.
That's right.
One cannot abandon...
That barrow's going to get troweled and then some.
Thomasina! Thomasina, come here this instant.
playing with Josephine.
She can
Ow.
wait. This is very important.
Yeah. Flimshaw. Blip, 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 walk, 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 walk.
What is it, Mummy?
It's your father.
Daddy's home?
No, my dear. I must go to Bakewell with haste. Miss Bowes will look after you whilst I'm gone. Is that clear?
Where's Daddy?
Where's Daddy?
An accident.
What happened?
He's come off his horse.
Silly Daddy. Will he be all right?
Of course he will be.
Silly
fine.
Daddy.
Your father is as strong as an.
What's the difference between a barrow and tomb? Well, my understanding is a barrow is mostly earthen. A tomb is a construct, stone and whatnot. A barrow is just something you dig in the earth.
All right?
Yes, Mummy.
Usually some manner of mound. You build earth around it. Versus a tomb is a bit more proper.
Go pick up your doll.
Yes, Mum.
Go pick up the doll, eh? Then again, I'm no barrow expert. By the end of this game, I plan to be. But for now, I'm not.
Josephine, it's time to go inside now. Where did Mummy go?
So Troy is a barrow? I'd have to say yes. Alright, ain't nothing to it but to leave.
I shan't be visiting the badgers again.
Yeah, old Laffy Badger there. Oh.
I helped him then, and I can help him again.
Mr. Tillett. Waiting about, are
You
you?
won't believe it. The journal belongs to my father. He was here in Bewley. Arthur? Hello?
Oh.
Making your little Blair Witch dolls there?
I'm trying to remember something.
What is it?
I'm not sure. Something in the woods. It will come back to me. You say your father were in Bewley?
Yes. Mildred said that he helped Samuel Bryden excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago.
Well, I'll be. Let's talk about it tonight at the plough.
Never leave him be. He's a little
We'll
effed
talk
up right
later.
now.
I hope you piece together your memories. I'll leave him be.
Alright, we're back in town. That lady get set up yet? Not quite. If I hit escape, is everything going to break? Save. Alright, there we go. So, I think we're roughly halfway through the game right now. So, friends, that'll be it for the moment, because it is 10:30 p.m. my time. And we will be back tomorrow, starting around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to the end. However long it takes. I don't think it'll take longer than the usual stream, but however long it takes, we're going all the way. And seeing the mysteries of the Hobbs Barrow.